Hey everybody, Gabby here, and welcome to today's episode of A Battle a Day. Please don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my YouTube channel if you're liking this content series. Now, I know I said on Friday that I was going to build a new team over the weekend. Unfortunately, I didn't, and I'll tell you why. When I was sitting down to play Pokemon, I realized I had, a set amount of time because there's other things I needed to do. And it turns out for our Ribbon Quest in Pokemon Emerald, I need to find a Earthquake TM. And the only way to find Earthquake in Pokemon Emerald is to use Pickup. And it's a 1% chance of finding it when Pickup decides to activate. So I spent the weekend EV training Metagross for that and also praying to the Pickup gods to no avail. So if you're wondering why we're running with the same team we've been running over the past couple days, that's why. The good news is that you can also get a copy of the Earthquake TM by beating Giovanni in Fire Red or Leaf Green, and I need to get a Shadow Ball TM over there anyway, so I think that's how I'm moving forward, and as a result, I should have time to build something tonight, but we'll see! I don't know, it's an adventure. Anyways, same Sun team that we've been running so far. I still really like it. I just played a warm-up game where I ran the Trick Room mode and it worked pretty well, so I'm going to go ahead and try and do that again here, especially since my opponent's team has a bit more of a Trick Room spin than I would anticipate otherwise. So good luck, have fun, main, and yeah, we'll see how this goes. I really like this Assault Fist Groudon though, so I still think I'm going to build a team with it. I think I'm going to put a Thundurus on some team too, but I don't know if I'll put it on this. What was I gonna say? Assault Fist Thundurus, honestly. I was also testing with that offline a bit over, I think it was like Friday evening or something. It wasn't necessarily the weekend, but it was, something around there. And that's also pretty darn hype, if I do say so myself. Especially since Thundurus is insanely bulky, being able to give it an Assault Vest and put it next to a Zacian or something is just beautiful. So I have a lot of ideas for what I want to build. I'm just not really sure if I would rather it be Zacian or Assault Vest Groudon or yeah, I don't know. So if you have any opinions on that, you can let me know down below in the comments. But until then, we're just gonna set Trick Room up. It's pretty straightforward here. I'm honestly surprised that my opponent went for 2 attacks but targeted the Grimmsnarl. Was not really expecting that one, but that's fine. Going into this turn, we're going to recover P2 because Porygon 2's health's getting a little bit low, and then I'm going to set up Light Screen so I have it, and if my opponent knocks out Grimmsnarl with another Spirit Break, that is perfectly fine. Though I don't think that will happen given the fact that I'm setting up Light Screen. So it looks like my opponent is going to be countering Trick Room, I guess? Yeah, interesting. I'm okay with that. I'm a little bit curious why they're fixating on the Grimmsnarl so much, and that had to be crit. No, that just did that much damage, alright. But I was able to get both screens up, and with Trick Room activated, this honestly works in my favor, so I'm feeling okay here. I'm going to send in my Glastrier next, and I think what we'll do is we'll go for... I'm going to Trick Room again on the off chance that he Trick Rooms. But at the same time, we're also going to start to set up for some big damage here and go for a Max Knuckle into the Grimmsnarl slot. I think sending in the Dusclops in that position is an indication that my opponent wants to Trick Room, so I don't just let Calyrex do whatever chilling Neigh things it wants to do. But I'm holding a Lumberry, so I feel pretty comfortable. If I mispredict this, I can just Max Guard or something and deal with it. So but yeah, it's actually really exciting seeing how many teams have been doing well in... So the Victory Road has been doing a circuit that's been happening I would say every single weekend for the past 5 weeks, and there have been some really cool teams that have come out of that, which are also super inspiring. that I've been thinking of like building stuff off of. The one that won in particular had a Shadow Calyrex on it, and completely incidentally, I also saw a game this weekend on someone's stream where it was a Shadow Rider Calyrex in DD lead, and it just absolutely destroyed. So, like, that's something that I've been finding inspiring recently, too. I just need more time, man. I also need a Spectrier, but I'm working on trying to find one of those right now. We'll see how that works out. Okay, so it looks like we are going to get burned. So I'm just... On the off chance that a +1 max Hailstorm can knock out the Dusclops, we're going to try and do it, but I don't think that's what's going to happen. And then Porygon 2 has to re-Trick Room because I made a big mistake. Or maybe not, considering I got 2 attacks in before I got burned. I don't know. Could have been a big brain play. It's okay. As long as Porygon 2 sticks around, we'll have an out of some sort. Alright. Yep, there's the burn. And here's the reversal of Trick Room. Again. So it's kind of actually inspired me to try and find time to enter tournaments again, but I just don't have the time, and that makes me sad a little bit. I'm hoping that I'll free up a weekend or two somewhere in the future, but I think for now I'm a little bit busy. Alright, so we have speed on our side. Even though it's not great, I'm going to go ahead and send in Groudon for the Porygon 2 to drop the special attack drop, and we're going to max knuckle that Grimmsnarl to get +1 attack onto that Groudon as well. I know that Groudon can be burned with Will-O-Wisp because it's not a fire-type Pokemon, and yeah, but at the same time, I think that this is my best option, and I want to get sort of an engine going, and to get a Glastrier up to +2 prior to Chilling Neigh also kind of gives me some more flexibility, I think. So like next turn we're just going to go ahead and Precipice Blades and attack with Glastrier, probably into the Dusclops to be safe, but we'll also see. I'm trying to think, like, I don't think my opponent necessarily switches here. Like, they're pretty happy sitting pretty, stalling out Trick Room. So by going for Precipice Blades in particular, that'll give us the opportunity to deal good damage to both Grimmsnarl and Dusclops. And then the Icicle Spear will just hit Dusclops multiple times and give us a multiple chance for a crit, which will be our best way sort of to make up for the fact that we are burned. So, yeah, it's not great, but it's what we got. You got Groudon to +1 attack, so that's kind of cool. Okay, yeah, my opponent does know you can burn Groudon. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. I've been trying to figure out the Trick Room mode of this team, and like when to bring it versus when not to bring it. Admittedly, I haven't had too many opportunities because I'm really only playing with this team when when I'm recording for YouTube. But it's still interesting, like, to get a feel for it like this, you know? I've really been enjoying bringing Grimmsnarl with P2, but at the same time, it's probably not ideal. But I like it. I like having Porygon 2 just be so bulky that you can't move it off the field. Alright, burn turns, let's go. Alright, and we lost Light Screen now, so we're just going to keep mashing P-Blades and try and go for a high horsepower KO onto Grimmsnarl. Yeah, I guess I could have also done Icicle Spear here, following similar logic, but nah. Interesting. No Pain Split there. Ah, yeah. Alright, this might not be our game. Especially with that high horsepower miss, and the fact that my opponent still doesn't have Dynamax. Unless this Precipice Blade double KOs for some amazing reason. No. Alright, so now the Thundurus is probably going to come back. I wouldn't be surprised if Thundurus comes back in and then it's like a protect, reset, Trick Room play. Unless my opponent has... Okay. I was going to say, unless my opponent has something good for their last Pokemon that can help against the Calyrex, which they do in the form of Necrozma. And I'm still in this, like, really bizarre place where I really can't switch. Because I am burned, and I do have the +2 attack on the Calyrex from those Max Knuckles. And also knowing that the Necrozma is probably weakness policy and was most likely going to be the Pokemon to use Dynamax on my opponent's side of the field meant that it was time to just double into that and hope that somehow the high horsepower plus the Precipice Blades on my burned Pokemon can pick up that knockout. Which is not gonna happen, but you know, it might. It might. We actually landed high horsepower, so that's kind of cool. And that got the crit, so that's also kind of cool. But, you know, there's also the weakness policy. And my opponent's boosting his defenses too, and just picks up the knockout on Groudon thanks to the +2. That's alright. Yeah, I think the only other out I have at this point is to pray for a Ice Beam Freeze on the Necrozma, so... Yeah, I think what I should have done in Team Preview most likely was recognize the fact that the Necrozma and the Dusclops meant that my opponent was pretty comfortable in Trick Room, and that they wouldn't be thrown off by any attempts in my part to run the slower mode of this team and like react accordingly, but that's okay. It is what it is. We'll roll for an Ice Beam Freeze and see if we get it. It's like 15% chance, so you know it has to happen eventually. Yeah. And there goes Calyrex, and that'll be game. But still, I still really like this team. I think that, you know, it's interesting to play Sun, especially with Groudon right now, because part of me wants to believe that someone's going to find a way to get a Colossal Groudon team or something going for Players Cup 3, and like that's going to do a deep run, but I've been thinking about this a lot too, and I just can't find a spot, at least on this team, for something like a Colossal. So I don't know. It's something to think about. I know I keep bringing that up on my channel, but honestly, Players Cup 3 is really at the top of my mind right now, just with it coming up so quick. So, yeah, I've also been trying to think, like, what Pokemon I think are best going into Players Cup 3, and I feel like I want to, like, sit down and do a video about that at some point. So I haven't done any sort of tier list videos yet, but I think it would be interesting. So I might try and sneak that in to record sometime this week. But that is it for our battle of the day today. So thank you all so much for watching. Again, if you like this content series, please like this video, leave a comment down below, and follow me here on YouTube. And you can also follow me on Twitch. Tomorrow evening, we'll be streaming some VGC 2020 good old ladder Series 8 fun times. Maybe I'll have a Groudon by then, or an Earthquake TM. You never know. So that's all I got for today. Have a great day, everybody. Stay safe, stay healthy, and I'll see you next time.